Good afternoon and welcome to the December 2024 Pitt County Department of Social Services Board meeting. I would like to call the meeting to order and observe a moment of silence. Thank you. Have roll call.
Okay. Chairman Dancy,
Present.
Vice Chair Dibble,
I'm here.
Member Anderson,
Here.
Member Pilgreen.
Present.
Member Perkins Williams is running a few minutes late, but she is on the way. Actually, she's there right there.
All right.
So, all is
Thank you.
present.
Thank you. Are there any revisions to today's agenda? No. Can I get a motion to accept today's agenda?
A motion to accept today's agenda. Second.
Any discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Do we have any public comments today?
No, sir.
All right, you all should have received last month's minutes. Do we have any revisions to last month's minutes? Can I get a motion to approve last month's minutes?
A motion to approve last month's minutes.
I will second.
Any discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Next, we're going to have recognitions by the director.
We'd like to start with our new employees. And as I read your name, if you could come forward to the podium, make sure that you speak into the microphone so that we can hear you, and just tell us who you are, where you're working, and a little bit about yourself. So the first person is Terry Bond. Welcome, Terry.
My name is Terry Bond. I am with the Permanency Planning Unit. I come from Martin County, DSS. I live in Bertie County. I was with Martin for 10 years. I have 2 kids that's older, like 30 and 23. But yeah, I love to travel. I love to shop, and I just enjoy being around others.
Well, thank you
All right,
for
thank
being
you.
here.
Well,
Welcome.
thank
Welcome
you.
aboard.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
Siobhan Little. Okay. Essence Lawrence. Welcome, Essence.
I'm Essence. Thank you for having me.
microphone right there.
All right. Is this better? Okay. I'm Essence Lawrence. I'm 28. I'm retired military. I work for DSS Customer Care as of now. I plan to move up during my time there quickly, hopefully. I have 2 daughters. They're 7 and 8. I'm also in school for psychology, so hopefully in the future I could probably work with like social work or something like that, still within the county. I love music. I love positive energy and positive vibes and everything, and I'm a go-getter.
Really excited.
Thank you.
What branch were you in?
Army.
Okay. I'm
I was a
retired Navy.
sergeant.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Okay, Robert Owen. Welcome, Robert.
Thank you very much. My name's Robert Owen. I'm working in customer care with Essence, and I got my I hold a degree from Barton College in Wilson, and I'm doing something a little different with this, and I love it. I've been talking all day with the residents of Pitt County, and I just love it.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome
Thank you.
aboard.
Okay, and if we could have Thomas Knight come forward. Brian Everett is on an extended leave, and Thomas Knight will be the interim program administrator too in Brian's absence. So I know Brian's been here, or Thomas has been here before and spoke, but probably we'd like to hear a little bit more about who you are, Thomas, and
Okay.
what you bring to the job.
Okay. I've been employed with Pitt County since November 27, 2007. So I've been here 17 years. I started actually in Edgecombe County in 2005. Started as a caseworker in Edgecombe County, transferred to Pitt County in 2007 as a caseworker. In 2012, I was promoted to the supervisor, FNS supervisor, food stamp supervisor. In 2015, I became the program manager over the quality improvement, and currently I am the interim program administrator, as well as my current job, quality improvement. So my background consists of working with various DSS programs, from the energy programs, LEAP, FNS, Medicaid, touch all those in audits and other aspects of the job. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so Chairman Dancy, you and I need to go out front to present some retirement resolutions. So I'd like to call Bertha Hall Bryant forward. Okay, all right, well, you know what, I'll set it aside, Thomas, and if she comes, we can do it at the end. So I'll hold on to this. Belinda Bella? So we'd like to honor Belinda Bella today for her years of service with Pitt County Department of Social Services. Whereas we are here today to express special recognition to Belinda Bella and her honor for her distinguished career at Pitt County Department of Social Services. And whereas Belinda Bella began her career on December 5th, 2011 as an office assistant 3, and on October 14th, 2012, she was promoted to income maintenance caseworker 2 until her retirement on December 31st, 2024. And whereas Belinda Bella has worked constantly for the betterment of children and families of the Pitt County Department of Social Services and the community. And whereas the Pitt County Department of Social Services wishes to express its sincere appreciation to Belinda Bella for her dedication to the outstanding performance of her duties during her tenure. And whereas this proclamation is presented to Belinda Bella to serve as a reminder that although she is retiring, she will always be remembered as a valued employee dedicated to both her position and our community. Now therefore, I, Sharon L. Rochelle, Director of Pitt County Services, on behalf of our governing body and citizens of Pitt County, do hereby present this resolution to Belinda Bella as a testimonial to the faithful and dedicated services which she has performed for the past 13 years, with our best wishes for continued success and happiness in the future.
Did she bring any of her family with her?
All right, new hires, you're welcome to stay or you can be dismissed. Retirees as well. Next, we're going to have items for report. Ms. Cannon.
Good afternoon. I've just got a quick update for our budget this year. At this point, we're 5 months into the new fiscal year. Unfortunately, I don't have numbers for November. They haven't closed out Munis. They're closing it out today. So as of the end of October, our revenues are at $7,080,935.99. And our expenditures are at $10,955,844.71. So at this point, we're right about where we need to be. Hopefully, we'll stay on track and not have any issues this year. Any questions?
Have any questions for Ms. Cannon?
I don't have a question, Tanya, but maybe you could just provide an explanation to the board that although the numbers look as though we owe more money than our reimbursement, we're always a little bit behind. If you could just
We are.
explain that process.
Normally, our expenditures, we are a month behind, so for November, we'll do that billing this month, and we will not get that reimbursement back until January. So reimbursement always runs about a month or two behind, and expenditures are always a month behind. So that's why our revenues look lower, but by the end of the fiscal year, it'll catch up, so
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Other questions? Thank you, Ms. Cannon. Next, we're going to have the director's report.
First of all, I want to thank all of our board members for their dedication to the Department of Social Services and your support throughout the year. And what you have in front of you is just a small token of appreciation for what you do and the time that you spend with us and the expertise that you bring that we can draw upon. I want to wish everyone wonderful holiday season, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, they're all celebrations and time to celebrate each other and your families. And so I just want to let folks know to enjoy that time, especially the people that work for the Department of Social Services. We ask a lot of our employees all year long, but I want them to make sure that they take the time, especially during the holiday season, and relax and enjoy their families and try not to think about work. I also just want to thank my board for the wonderful contribution that you made to adult services on behalf of my sister, who passed away last month. That means more to me than you'll ever know, and just thank you so much. This afternoon, after we finish our meeting, I'm heading over to our foster care Links Christmas party, and I am one of the elves, so it'll be very interesting what happens from here, but I'm looking forward to it. There will be an executive board meeting for the Directors Association this week. And there's a possibility, I've put my name in, but I might be the Eastern Regional Representative for the association. So I'll let you know if that comes to fruition. And I think that's the end of my report. We're just very busy. I hope you can make it to the mingle this week if you have a few minutes to stop by. But I just walking through the halls and seeing employees decorate their doors and having fun. And we also do an elf on the shelf where elves are hidden in both buildings, and when the workers find them, they bring them back. They get a scratch off. It's not really gambling, but it's a little prize for the elf. And then at the end of the 2 weeks before Christmas, they have their name drawn for a gift card. So I think they enjoyed that. And they're very competitive as well, so.
Great. We have any questions for the director? All right. Next, we have a item.
Where are we with that state thing?
So next Monday, the 16th, I will be in a meeting with the state for reviewing. So they made their site visit the week of Thanksgiving, and of course, I was not in the office for the entire week due to my sister's passing. But so they're coming on the 16th. They will give me the results of that site visit, as well as the recommendations that they have moving forward. We met with one of the state reps today, just doing our monthly kind of touch base, but I'll know more of what the expectations will be from them as far as us moving forward. I've asked Thomas to, I sent out an email to everyone earlier just to let you know where we started with the FNS, the 2-week overtime project, and where we ended up. But Thomas is going to get us some fresh numbers, and I'll email those to everyone tomorrow so you know where we stand. So actually, Miss Mary, until I meet with them, I'm not sure what they're going to recommend for us.
Are we a little caught up, or?
So Thomas, I hate to put you on the spot, but could you come up? Well, I think you provide a better explanation.
I do have some statistics. Currently,
Thank
we
you so
we
much.
have
Yes.
1,507 applications pending. I can't tell you exactly where we started at, but I can get that information. But we are in a better place than where we were, because when I look at the report, what we truly call past due, we have about 1,069 that's past due. I think that number, just talking off the top of my head, was above 2,000 at one point. So we are trending downwards. So we're showing improvement. And we have several staff that's actually working on this project. We have staff from all 3 sections of the building currently helping to contribute to getting the backlog down.
How is the overtime?
It was just for 2 weeks, Miss Mary.
Okay.
That was it. And Thomas, again, would you, because what the federal government recommends for all counties and all states is that our rate be every week at about 95%, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you explain a little bit about the lawsuit and how that came about and why we're held to that standard?
Well, we're held to that standard because what the state came up with is clients, you have 2 different categories when it comes to food stamps. You have your regular 30-day processing, and you have your 7-day processing. So once that lawsuit came about, they changed the 30 days to 25 days. So they want us to have these cases approved by the 25th day, which means clients will have their EBT card by the 30th day. And for expedited, they want us to have these approved within 4 days so clients can have their EBT card by the 7th day. In the past, that wasn't happening across the state. Clients were getting approved on the 7th day, which means they were getting their EBT cards for expedited cases, maybe on the 10th or 11th day. So with this change, we have to bump up our processing time frame to process them a little bit earlier than the past.
And that's not just Pitt County, the whole entire state.
That's across the state.
Associations.
Yes, ma'am.
And during the public health emergency, we were not being asked to do interviews for food and nutrition services, but now we are.
Yes, and that requirement, I want to say the month was June, where we have to interview all households. So you can no longer just you can have all the information to process the case, but without speaking to the client, you cannot process it. So that slows down the process, which means you have to send out a 10-day notice. And if they respond, that's great. But if they don't respond, you have to send out a second 10-day notice. So you're talking about 20-plus days, and I'm not going to say wasted, but 20-plus days in which you have to pen that case before you can process it.
And you're not allowed to make a phone call?
Well, yes, we do attempt to contact each client prior to sending out the notice. But if you can't reach them by phone, because some numbers change, sometimes they're not available. So the requirement is you have to send out a notice if you do not get them over the phone. Yes, ma'am.
I was thinking that, telephone is maybe stronger in some cases, and if it's a rural place, the mail is not
Yes.
punctual, and it may not get in the right place. That's what I'm concerned about, having been a rural person myself.
Yes.
So that's why I was saying phone calls don't hurt.
And we do strongly encourage to make the phone call initially. Because
Thank you.
what we are trying to do is get the cases processed as soon as we can. So if you can give them over the phone, you can typically go ahead and get the case processed that day.
And Thomas, if you have tried to reach them by phone and sent out your notices, and we still get no response from the person that filed the application to begin with,
Yes.
that case still has to remain open for, is it 30 days?
For 30 days. So like the second notice could go out on the 11th day. So then you have to wait till the 30th day to deny it, if it's a denial. But if you approve it, just depending on when you reach the client, you can approve it at any time you reach the client and have all the information. Yes, ma'am.
And I also think as they're filling out their applications and we ask for certain information to be able to substantiate what they've written, we're dependent on that as well. And
That's
so if they are forthcoming with that information,
Yes.
we can continue with the process. If not, we have to keep
Yes.
asking them for it. And so
That's-
that sort of holds the whole process up too.
And that is correct. And what we do also do, we have electronic verifications that we can sometime obtain information such as employment, wages. So we use those electronic verifications when it's available. Not all employees are on what we call the work number. That's the electronic verifications that we typically use. Not all employees are on that, but the ones that helps the process. Yep.
Thank you, Thomas. Any
You're
other-
welcome.
Thank you, Thomas.
No problem.
Yes, please.
So I have the vacancies for this month. So in economic services, there's 12 vacancies. 8 on Medicaid, 2 are outpost, 2 FNS, 1 work first, 1 quality improvement. 2 new hires are in progress and we're waiting on 3 backgrounds. Family support services has 0 vacancies. Our child welfare unit has 16 vacancies with 3 in permanency planning, 3
That's what, 16 vacancies for?
in child welfare. 3 of them are permanency planning, 3 are in-home, 10 are in our investigation and assessments, but that is with the 6 new positions that were approved. We have advertised for those, and we were going to start the hiring process for that. Adult services has 7, and that is with 4 new positions that they were given. Legal has 0, and admin and physical have 3. And I also emailed all of this to you guys because that was kind of a lot.
It's not in the pack.
No, ma'am. We want to give you the most up-to-date numbers, so that's why I just went ahead and emailed it to you guys for you guys to have. Because a lot, as we were walking up here, somebody accepted a position, so it's always, kind of changing. So that's why we decided to not put it with the packet and just give it that way.
Whatever you're doing, it's good to see new people still coming, and they're coming from other places. That's one way we can get this backlog out and maybe catch up so that the stress can go away.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right, so next we're going to have an item for discussion.
Okay. So, Chairman Dancy and myself will be out of town during the January board meeting. So in speaking with the chair and vice chair, they would like to discuss an alternate date in January for the board meeting. And, we do have to have at least 1 board meeting a month, and it has to be televised. So that is why we are bringing it to the board to discuss, alternate dates. If we want to do it, the 3rd Tuesday instead of the 2nd Tuesday, that would be something that I would just have to send out a meeting notice that it has been rescheduled. So
What's the date for the 3rd Tuesday?
I believe it's the 21st, and I was just throwing that out there because I know we've done that in a time before, and then also I think maybe y'all had one on a Thursday, but I think that was prior to me coming. But
The 21st sound good for me. I should be back in the state by then.
21st is fine with me. I just want to, in full transparency, the discussion is, do we want to move it? We can keep it on the 14th.
That is correct.
And I can step in for Chairman Dancy, and you have
I
plans
have
for
a backup for
backup
mine
as
as well.
I will not be
So
here.
that is also an option, but the
On
21st does
14th.
work for me
I
if we
will
want
not
to
be
move it.
here.
Miss Mary won't be
Okay,
here on the
Miss
14th.
Miss Mary won't be here either.
On the 14th? Okay, so then that takes away our quorum, right?
So that'll be 2 members of the board to be out. The quorum is 3, okay.
Well, it doesn't take away our quorum.
No, it doesn't. So,
So, either option is on the table then.
You all's call? Kim?
I'm looking at my calendar, I'm sorry. It's just making sure. I think either one is fine. I prefer to keep it on the 14th, but if we can't, the 21st should be fine.
Your call, Vice.
I also prefer to keep it on the 14th, but if there are going to be more of us here on the 21st, then just for the sake of more involvement, we should probably do the 21st, if that does work.
Sounds like your 21st it is.
Thank you.
Okay. So I would just need a motion to reschedule the January board meeting from January 14th to January 21st.
So move.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That's it.
Thank you, Jen. All right, next, we're going to have board member comments.
I've already made my comments. I think it's good. And when I look out and see smiles on the staff faces, makes me feel good, even though that they are behind a little bit on some things, but at least they are not stressing. And the most important thing is the message that you send to people when we come to these meetings, because our meetings are televised. And televised meeting tells the story. And numbers are exact. Percentages give you an estimate. That's my tune. And I like to thank all of you for coming and staying and being interested in what we do here. Love you. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy yourself. And one day you'll catch up and things will be better. I'll do what I can to make it easy for Mrs. Rochelle.
Other comments?
I just want to say how grateful I am, Thomas, to you for stepping in and it sounds like doing some double duty. That's much appreciated.
And I'll just say thank you to all of our social workers. I know that a couple of departments are putting together all the holiday things, and that takes a massive undertaking. But everybody, stress levels are high this time of year for people who work here, for people we serve. And so it's just harder work this time of year. So I'm just really grateful to all of our social workers who work in the building. I hate that I will not be with you on Friday for the holiday gathering. I'll be at ECU's social work graduation, hoping to send some more
graduating?
social workers out into the world.
She's graduating.
I am not graduating. I will be there supporting our students who are graduating. But hopefully we can continue to fill that social worker pipe with some really qualified folks. So I'll be there supporting them. But I'm just really grateful to the work that everyone does. Thank you so much, Sharon, for all that you've done to lead this. And thank you for keeping us on task every month and just keeping it rolling. And I hope we will all be off to a fresh start in January.
Thank you. I would just like to thank the entire staff of DSS for what we've done in 2024 under the guidance of Ms. Rochelle. We've done some awesome things. I know, sometimes people don't always acknowledge the awesome, but just stay the course, and we'll see you guys in 2025. Thank you.
Move we adjourn.
I second the movement to adjourn.
We adjourn.